Hi, my name is Danny Young. I'm the head coach at Shaker Heights High School, and you're watching Ohio Sports Net.
Hi, this is Andy Sattel, head boys basketball coach at Cleveland Heights High School, and you're watching Ohio Sports Net.
How big of a game was this coming in your eyes?
Well, it's a real big game. It's rivalry of the year for me and our whole team, so we know how big it is. It's like an Old State Michigan game, so it was real big.
It's big because that's our rival. It's the Battle of Lee Road. They on Lee Road, we on Lee Road. Big rivalry.
It's a big game. You throw in the history, the tradition, the fact that each team has two great players, the fact that each team is highly rated, in the area, and it's a big game.
How did you guard against your kids just staying focused? This is the game.
You know what? We actually treated it like this was the game that's going to focus us. We lost last weekend to Bedford, who played extremely well, and we just felt like last couple weeks we've been a little bit sluggish, and the practices leading up to a game like Shaker focus you. They get you going, and guys we had 3 really good days of practice, 3 really focused days of practice. So, big games like this are good for you.
This is Tyree Gator, Cleveland Heights point guard, and you're watching Ohio Sports Net.
It's Terry Rozier with Shaker Heights basketball team. You're watching Ohio Sports Net.
Hi, it's Najib Johnson from Cleveland Heights basketball team, and you're watching Ohio Sports Net.
the pregame and during the week, we talked about making sure we handle their run and jump and make sure we take care of the basketball and not turn the ball over. We wanted to limit our turnovers about 13 or fewer. That was the goal. We had 17 turnovers, so we're 4 above where we wanted to be. We want to be 13 or less. Sorry. But I have to tip my hat off to the Cleveland Hts Tigers. They came out ready to play. They played with an edge, a chip. They had an attitude, and they took it to us for 32 minutes. And like you say, even in the midst of them really attacking us, we still had our moments where we had opportunity to kind of cut it. We're only down 8 at half. The goal was to get 3 consecutive stops in that second half and put ourselves in position instead of being down 8, now maybe down 2 or 4. You know, now the tide's a little bit different. But that first half, I got to tip my hat off to them again. All those charges they took, you know, got a lot of our guys in foul trouble. So now that makes you have to adjust how you play. I thought Cleveland Heights played very well. They were focused. They were hungry. I think they definitely won the 50-50 balls. And that was something we talked about in practice. We got to get all those loose balls. So we got to do one or two things. This can springboard us to success, or this can nosedive us to failure. So we're going to go back to work. I think my guys will respond. We got to go back next week and get better. And we also talked about they need to remember how this tastes and how it feels. And that should motivate you to want to get better. You know?
Coach, what do you think of Gator, especially in the third quarter?
I've been a Gator fan since I watched him and Terry play against each other in middle school. What he doesn't have in size, he makes up with heart and fire and passion and energy. I had a lot of, some college coaches calling me, asking me, is he, a scholarship level athlete? I would say, heck yeah, he's a scholarship level athlete. That kid deserves to play college basketball, and someone should pay for it. I really believe that. He's a class kid too. I like his attitude. I speak to him every time I see him because I just like the way he plays. He plays with a lot of desire, commitment, and passion. And I like going against him. He's a difference maker. I think he got 1,000 points today. Did he get that?
Yep.
Yeah, so I want to tip my hat to him. That's a good job on Gators' part.
How much were the juices flowing with the crowd?
Big time. I mean, that's fun to walk out on that floor. And again, I throw in the tradition and all the great players that played at both schools. It was pretty cool. That was one of our things on our board before the game was early charges, and we drew an early charge in them, which is huge because now anytime you're attacking the lane, you gotta think as a player who's stepping up to draw something. So we actually did talk about that, and to go out and get it done was a big plus for us.
They were so close, down 8 at half. Third quarter, Tyree Gator show.
Yeah, he's a special kid. He, I think so many colleges are missing out on this guy because of his size. The kid just is tough, fearless, makes plays, and really he just put us on his back. He really did. There was one particular play that I remember where he boxed out big guys, some of their big kids, and got the rebound. Bottom line is he does what needs to be done to win a ball game. You know what Tyree gives? Tyree gives us a confidence going into any game, and those guys are very talented players as well. But I think the whole team feeds off of Ty's sort of competitiveness.
How about Kojo, especially in the first half?
Kojo's our glue. Kojo's our sort of rock solid guy in so many ways. He defends very well. He's our best help defender. And he just battles like heck on the board. So yeah, he was big.
How big was Marcus Bagley's defense on Rozier?
I've already told people that we've had 2 big time players come into this gym this year and play. Miles Hamilton from Eds, and now Terry Rozier. And in both, Terry got his points tonight, but Marcus held Miles to 11 points, and he made Terry work like heck for his points. So. Marcus is going to be a Division I athlete by the time he's done. He's a big time football player, and if he wants to be, he can be a big time basketball player as well.
If you were to meet Shaker again down the road, what do you think a result would be?
Probably wouldn't be the score. Probably wouldn't be like this. I would expect a closer game, but it's a rivalry, so you never know what to expect. Quite frankly.
What do you think the difference was today?
They just played way harder than us. Like every shot went up. It was like they all 5 was on the glass, and we was hanging out about 3-point line. I think they just played harder than us.
You think foul trouble kind of hurt you guys early? You had to sit a little bit.
It's like our whole starting 5 was in foul trouble at the beginning. So it's like it was hard. We had to play we couldn't play as hard. We had to play soft. So.
In the second half, when you guys were trying to crawl back, it seemed like Tyree Gator took over. You agree with that?
Yeah, he had the upper edge today. He played good, so I give it to him. He did good.
What do you think could be a difference next time if you meet up again, say in the playoffs, that you could get a victory?
Not get so much into the mix of that with rivalry. Just play our game. If we play our game and worry about ourselves, we'll be cool. Instead of worried about the Shaker versus Hts rivalry game. Just get so caught up into the mix like it's like a fight. That's how people think it is. But if we just play our game, we'll be cool.
What was the difference tonight, you think?
Everybody stepped up. Everybody from the starters to the bench players who got in, even the people that was on the bench was cheering for us. The crowd, that was the difference in the game.
How big was that?
That's big, that's huge. We have the whole community supporting us, and when you got that, anything is possible.
You touched on everybody stepped up, but how about Tyree, especially in the third quarter?
Man, Tyree, to be a little guy, he does a lot of things that even tall 6-foot players couldn't do, so stepped up big.
You feel like you guys as seniors, the leadership is on your shoulders?
Yeah, it's always on the senior shoulders, especially me and Tom. We've been on the team for 3 years, so we know how it goes.
And how about some other guys, like Kojo really stepped up, especially in the first half, and then about Bagley's defense on Rozier?
Oh yeah, Bagley, since he has good footwork from football, so he was able to stay in front of Rozier and made him work for every point. And Kojo stepped up big, rebounding. He's an undersized big man. He just goes in there and plays his heart out.
What kind of statement do you think you guys made tonight?
We made a big statement because today we was on the state stage. Everybody was here. Everybody watched the game, so I think we made a big statement.
It was a big win for us. It was a statement game. We knew they was undefeated in the LEL, and we lost 2 games, so we just wanted to come out and at least get a chance to fight at least top for the LEL championship.
What statement do you think you made?
A very big one. I know the whole Cleveland was there watching us, and now they try to game plan against us.
What do you think the difference was tonight?
Defense. Just started to play defense and stop them from scoring. That way we'd just build leads and do what we wanted to do.
What took over for you in the third quarter? It seemed like the ball was in your hands and you were unstoppable.
I just let the game come to me, and then once it just did, I just got the flow and just let the flow come to me and just started to take over.
How about 1,000 points in a career? What does that mean?
That's big for me. I just can't even think. It's just big, and I just wanted to go out and get it, so then I wouldn't have to worry about it for the rest of the season.
What does a win like this mean if maybe by chance you meet him again down the road?
So we just have to focus more in practice and go harder. We know they'd come out 5 times harder next time and try to beat us since we beat them here.
How about some of your teammates like Najib on offense and defense, but even Marcus, defense against Rozier?
Oh yeah, Marcus had it. We told him he had a tough matchup this week, and he just accepted the challenge. And he did good on the whole game. And that's one of the reasons why we won, because he stopped their best player.